All right, well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the latest episode of the Airplane Show. My name is Greg. I'm going to be your trusted internet pilot on this here Father's Day episode. Yes, sir. If you hear some noise in the background, do not adjust your listening pleasure. There are people in the house today, so we may have some background noise, but it is all good. Make sure you hit like, subscribe on your way out the door before checking out the next video. Hopefully you had a big ass barbecue today, man. I love me some barbecue. I didn't barbecue today, but maybe y'all did. I didn't. Nah, I had Mexican for dinner. Yes, sir. Homemade tacos. Yes, sir. So we're sitting here at the beautiful, beautiful San Francisco airport. Maybe the airport is beautiful. I know the rest of San Francisco is not. I know the rest of it's a shithole right now. People taking dumps on the concrete. I mean, that's some wild shit going on in San Francisco, where they just be taking dookies right on the middle of the road. So we are here with our American flag themed Southwest airplane. I think this is a real livery in real life, actually. It's November 1776R as in Romeo. There are some new things with iFly, which I think are pretty cool. The tablet is brand new. Now, it's brand new to me. I don't know when they actually updated it, but I haven't been in an iFly airplane in a while. We're gonna try to go with regular sound. Oh, I guess we can't walk up. Let's take a look around the airplane before we actually get into it. So we have the covers on. We got pitot covers on it. We should have the APU closed up as well, like the cover on that. Yeah, see, here's all the new covers. See what they have on. Oh yeah, they do have a little butthole cover. Look at that. They got a little butt plug in the airplane. Look at that. All this time I've been flying simulators, I never knew they had butt plugs for airplanes. That's pretty cool. More power to you. If you like that, go ahead. I'm not a big fan of those things, but but yeah, this is a real flight from San Francisco to Phoenix. It is Southwest 4730. It's cool. They got some info on the tires now. But yeah, if you guys remember the tablet before in this airplane, it looked just like it is in like the 777 and those kind of airplanes. Now it's like a regular tablet, which is pretty dope. So let's take a quick look at this tablet here. So it's got Zulu time, it's got local time. We're going to go back to the front. So we have cabin voice. You can adjust the announcement volume. Boarding music we can play with. It looks like we can actually upload our own audio too. I'll have to try to do that for next time. Well, not try to do it. I will do it for next time. All right, ground services. This is where a lot of the magic happens. So we can do jetway, ground power. We have the stairs connected. I think this is really cool looking how they have all this set now. I do have like a lot of the chocks, safety pins, cones, covers. We can operate the access doors, fire extinguishers, other systems. Save and load. Flight plans. Panel configuration. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Cold and dark. We'll do cold and dark. We'll set that as default. It should have already been there, but oh, look at that. Here's our flight plan right here that we're getting ready to pull in. That's pretty. Oh no, that's not the right flight plan. That's the last one I did. All right, you have access to all their manuals right here. If you want to look at them while you're flying. Payload and balance, we will take care of that here shortly. You have all your doors here. I like the colors. It's very vivid. We have all your different failures here. We have all of our settings. Now they do have different wallpapers. I didn't look to see if you can upload your own wallpaper. I'll look into that. I mean, the easiest way to do it, I think, is just to go into the file folders and check it out. If there's a way to add a new PNG file or something like that, we'll do that. right, Navigraph we should already have authenticated. Let's import from SimBrief. Oh, I guess I got to put that in there, huh? That should be 6. I think it's 644,968. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's change our type of map we have here. How can we change our map? All right, and we can send a flight plan to the FMC too. Oh, that's pretty cool. Send all data to aircraft. That's pretty interesting. All right, additional fields. Call sign. Oh, look at that. Let's put a Southwest. And let's put our flight number. That's new. We can't do that in a lot of other airplanes. I don't know the cost index yet. Oh, I guess I could pull up the cost index. Give me a second here. 29. Where was that at? Flight plan. Oh, yeah. Here we go. 29. Okay. All right, now how can I... Oh, I guess maybe here's where we can change the type of map. Ah, here we go. VFR, let's do world map. Very cool. Performance. Real weather. Very nice. Okay, load real weather. Please enter a valid... Okay, oh, let's get our flight plan, I guess, pulled in first. We have KSFO. Runway is probably going to be 28 left. 5 flaps 5. Air conditioning on. Anti-ice off. We'll just do takeoff. We'll update that. Okay, so we'll update this performance page a little bit later. See, we'll load the weather in now. There it goes. Okay. There's FMS data. All right, so Navigraph. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the ground power cart connected. So we can get some power going here. And let's get the jetway connected. All right, let's turn the battery on. Put ground power on. Now I have all the VST filters set up again like I usually do. I'm not planning on using them just yet. Oh, see, I had that turned on. I thought I had that set up differently. These were supposed to, like, take their time. Hang on a second. Tail number, 3369. Yeah, these were supposed to take their time loading up. I thought I had that turned on where it wouldn't turn on right away, but... Interesting. I wonder why that tail number is there like that. All right, well, let's get our... position set up here. Okay. All right. All right, that works. Go ahead and just get our collision lights on and we'll get those put on steady. Check our overspeed warning out. right. All right, that works. And oh, it won't let us go to the other side, huh? Oh, whale. Sorry, good thing it's not a real flight. All right, let's get our position programmed here. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Let's see if it'll actually tell us in the system here. KSFO. And we're at gate D3. Okay, that's what I thought. It wouldn't do that. All right, well, I'll take that as the correct position here. So let's grab that info. There we go. Let's get our route inputted here. And we have K Phoenix. Flight plan request. See if we can request our flight plan through here. Sorry, they just took me to a separate screen real quick so I could validate Navigraph. Okay, so that's all good. Let's load that in. Ah, very good. Well, that's not the correct flight number. Huh, give me a second here. I know I typed in a different tail number. Oh, I guess it didn't keep it. All right, let's try it again. So we have N1776R. And then we have the Southwest. Okay, let's generate. All right, let's see if this switches it up here. All right, it is what it is. We'll just change the flight number. So we have SWA 4730. See, that's interesting. Hang on, let me see what Say Intentions has for us. All right, well, they got the correct thing. Southwest 4730. Let me just get our flight plan pulled in real quick. I always like to keep it on the tablet here if I can. Load from PC. Download. So that's now done. So let's get our, make sure our route's in here. So we have departure. .28 left. It's the 5 and KX. And arrival, we have Hydra 1. BLH, ILS 26, and execute. All right, now let's make sure we don't have any discontinuities. All right, now that's good. Now what I want to do is, let's go back to route. Let's copy the route. Let's go to route 2. And here's what we're going to do. We actually we don't need to copy the. I don't know why I did that. We're going to put in San Francisco for our arrival. 28. Okay. And now let's go to departure. Departure, we'll do the same departure again. Okay. And then we are going to do ILS 28 left. Faith. All right, now here's what we're going to do. So I have a waypoint that I chose for the holding point, just in case we blow out an engine on takeoff. Let me get that pulled up here. I believe it's CAATE, I believe. Yeah, CAATE. So let me put that in there. So we have CAA. Yep, TE. And execute. And then what we're going to do is bring Faith back here. And then we're going to input this Kate's down around here somewhere. So we're going to get rid of this after port. That's where we're going to put cat here. So let's go click on cat. Go back here to port and plug that in there. So now route 2 is now saved, just in case. Let's go ahead and get our ATIS clearance. Get that plugged in here. See what frequency it is. 113.7.
Rubber removal operations ongoing. Expect possible delays in some areas. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform.
Information uniform, all right.
San Francisco International Airport. Information uniform. 2256.
All right, let's load aircraft. We'll do 4 minutes.
And departing runways 28 right, 28 left.
All right, let's get clearance for takeoff.
Wind 290 at 16.
Cycle delays in some areas. Advise on course heading, altitude.
290 at 16. Visibility 10. View at 6.
LL
121.8.
runway and hold short instructions.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform. San Francisco International Airport.
No, it's not letting me flip-flop frequencies again.
Altimeter 29.
There we go. Okay. All right, so we have clearance. I think that's 121.8. We'll call it ground, I guess. San Francisco ground, Southwest 4730, requesting IFR clearance to Phoenix. We have information uniform. Everything is loading. Get the APU turned on.
Southwest 4730 cleared to Phoenix via the West LA5 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 3000.
Oh shit.
Flight level 37010 minutes after departure.
Can't do that yet.
You're on 120.9er, squawk 5311. Expect runway 28 left.
Oh, all our covers are gone.
San Francisco ground, American 350. We are ready to cross runway 1.
Copy that, clear to Phoenix via the West LA5 departure, then is fog, climb and maintain 3000. 10 minutes after departure, expect flight level 370, departure 120.9er, squawk 5311, runway 28 left, roger on that, Southwest 4730.
American 2813, give way to the Southwest 737 on your right.
Okay, yeah, all the covers are gone. Okay.
Southwest 4730, read back correct.
Alright, so let's get the APU turned on then. Sounds pretty good.
Delta 363, pushback approved.
Thank you for choosing Southwest.
Start approved, Delta 363.
There's no reason why that shit should be so
United
loud.
2626, cross runway 19er right.
I don't get it, man. I have like all this shit turned down like all the way and it's still super fucking loud.
Complete, request pushback. United 3784, push approved.
Alright, so we have 5311. Let's get that set up for H and
Pushback
C.
and start approved, United 3784. American 2813, give way to the United 737 ahead.
Yes, one auto.
737, American 2813. United 2626, cross runway 1 right.
Let me check say intentions one last time. Make sure I didn't miss a setting here on the sound.
SkyWest 5425, runway 28 right, taxi via 7A, Alpha Foxtrot, hold short of runway 28 left. Runway 28 right.
There we go. Okay, reduce chatter volume. We got that on there now. All right, so APU is now started. Let's get the.
SkyWest 53908, cross runway 19er right.
Let's get it connected here. Also, let's get our seatbelts on so we can get ready to back up. All right, APU power's on. All right, packs are on auto, bleed valves open.
SkyWest 53908, cross runway 1 right.
Make sure we have power for the APU generator here. Yep. Cabin and utilities, IFE passenger seats. Let's no, bitch. Motherfucker, I hate when these buttons don't work the right way. Alright, let's disconnect the cart and get ready for pushback. See if we're still loading. Alright, so we can send this to the CDU. Now last time I tried that, it didn't work right. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I thought. All right, so let's go back and... Oh, wait a minute. All right, where does it have all of our... All right, so there's 0 fuel. Oh, there's our center of gravity. Okay. Doesn't show our center of gravity there. Let's see here, my plane. So it's rough. Oh, here we go, 21.96. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so 21.96. All right, now what info is it asking for again? Cost index, fuel plan. All right, I'll just do this from here. It'll be easier. All right, so we have planned. It's only showing 6.8. What? It didn't load our fuel in.
SkyWest 5425, cross runway 19 right.
Okay. Yeah, see, it's still not sensing the right amount of fuel. Huh. That's weird.
SkyWest 5425, cross runway 19
All right, so currently it's so we have 15,000 pounds of fuel. And our trip is, let's say, 8.4. 8.4. 15. All right, we'll just say that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just don't like that it doesn't have the right. Oh, that's because that's in kilograms. Well, fuck me, man. I know I changed this to pounds and stuff. Huh. Let me try changing this again on here. Guess I'll just leave it in kilograms then, I guess. All right, well then that makes sense then, 6.8. All right, so then we have, let me just resend the flight plan over again. Let me just build it in kilograms. I don't like that. That's not good, iFly. We changed it on the tablet. It should be changed on the systems as well. Okay, close that out. Let me just pull it back into briefing plan again. Let's load the aircraft. All right, now we're good now. So we have 6.8. All right, so we have 3.8 planned. Reserves are 2.8. Cost index 29. Why are you saying we got insufficient fuel, huh? Maybe because we got that vector in there. Let's get rid of the vectors. See if that changes it. Alright, and then fuel plan, we have 3.8 again. Let's put that in there. Okay. So cruise wind, we have, let's see here, weather. 246, 42.
Skywest 5706 cross runway 19 to right.
Reserve fuel, we have 1.4.
Skywest 5706 cross runway 1 right.
Uh, 2.8 is correct. Okay. Cruise wind, let's go down here. Hey, what are we cruising to today? What altitude here? 37,000 feet. Let's see here. I don't know why it's still saying, giving us an issue with this. We shouldn't have issues with the fuel here. Cruise wind at 37,000 feet. We're looking at 249.56. Let's see here, and then ISA deviation +9, so we can just type in 9. Okay, that looks fine. N1 limit. I think it said it was 21.9. Oh, takeoff weight. 67.9. We'll just say 70.
United 3784 cross runway 19
That is interesting. Why we can't get a calculation here. Yeah, wait, 67.8. That's what we have in there. All right, well, if it won't do it, at least we have it here. We can just... All right, so let's see here. D rate 2. Select temperature is 48. Alright, slope is pretty much 0. We don't have to worry about slope. It's minus 0.5, so... Oh, I'm sorry, 0.05. So it's like non-existent. Alright, wind 290 by 18. Flaps 5. Center of gravity. There's our V speeds. Now they're saying 153. Yeah, let's plug those in. 153. 158. And 164. And right now our pressure is 2988. Let's get that set up. All right, we're getting ready to start pushback here. Yep. Let's get clearance for pushback. San Francisco ground, Southwest 4730, requesting push and engine start.
Southwest 4730, push and start approved, tail northwest.
Okay, insert towing pins. Why is that one there? That's weird. All right, and then they said tail northwest. So that would be... All right, let's click start pushback. Yo, what up, Scalebait? Happy Father's Day. Yeah, it's a 737. Yeah, we're in the 737 MAX from iFly. All right, this should push us back. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I don't know if you're a dad, but if you are, man, happy Father's Day. Whoa, where the fuck are they pushing us, man?
Skywest 5720 cross runway.
Where the hell are they pushing? All right, well, I guess we'll just let them continue to push us this way. That's what I thought. All right, we got to turn around. All right, let's stop pushback. All right, we'll remove all the pins. Let's put the parking brake back on. And let's do...
Cross runway 1 right.
and what was slew mode again? Wait a second. The hell was slew mode again?
Skywest 5480 cross runway 19 right.
Shift A. Yeah, I could try. Yeah, I just need to spin around in a circle. There we go. Alright, that's all done now. I still don't know why our comms are so quiet when it comes to everything except for what I actually want to listen to. Like, that makes no sense to me why, say, intentions. I don't know why they do this. Their volume is just so fucked up all the time. Alright, let's get our engine turned on. We gotta wait until... Oh! False alarm. We got to turn packs off first. Alright, now I do have filters for the audio setup just in case we get too much wind noise. Alright. Don't activate fuel until motoring is done here. Yeah, once motoring says done, we can go ahead and introduce fuel at that point. And I want to get up into the air finally so I can check out some weather, man. It's real bad weather in Illinois today. That's a fucked up Father's Day when you're playing duck and dive with tornadoes out there. All right, so that engine's now turning on. All right. Engine on. Get engine number 1 turned on. Come on, motoring, turn off, bitch. Come on. Yeah, this airplane is nice, but I don't know if it's as nice as the free one from the free one on X-Plane. I forget who makes the free one on X-Plane. What is their name again? I always forget. I always forget their name. Like Sky Vector or something like that. I do like the tablet in this thing, though. This thing is pretty dope. God, it's like right on the tip of my tongue, like the name of that other airline. All right, engines are started. I'll think of it here in a moment. All right, let's get the generators turned on. Before we disconnect the APU, let's make sure we just have power to these generators. Yep. Okay, let's turn on engine bleed. Wheel well. Taxi lights, and we can turn off the APU now. Let's turn on flight director. Set our takeoff speed. Here, and we have we'll just put in 6,000 for now. Put our flaps down. Oops, wrong button. Alright, flaps 5 set. Trim is good. Let's get clearance for taxi. San Francisco ground, Southwest 4730, requesting taxi clearance to runway 28 left.
Southwest 4730, contact ground on 121.8 for your request.
San Francisco ground, Southwest 4730, requesting taxi clearance to runway 28 left.
Southwest 4730, runway 28 left, taxi via 5 Alpha Alpha Lima. Hold short of runway 1 right.
Copy that. Taxi to runway 28 left via Alpha Alpha Lima. Hold short runway 1 right. Southwest 4730. Alright, parking brakes released. I'm really trying to not turn on the filters, those VST filters, just because when those are on, you really can't hear much in the way of like button clicking and stuff around the cabin. It's real good at knocking out the wind noise, but on this airplane especially. Yeah, I don't know about this airplane anymore. That PMDG, I mean, ever since PMDG came out with that latest update on 2024, I don't know. I mean, this Max is okay from iFly, but I really think the one for X-Plane is better. The free one for X-Plane. What's it called? Sky Vector? Siri, what's the free 737 for X-Plane 12? Thank you. That's it. Level Up. Yeah, that Level Up one is dope as hell. That's such a good one. Alright, we can turn on LNAV, VNAV. I like the new tablet they have in this. I mean, that's nice, but oh, I see how they have us going now. That's so dumb. Why would they take us all the way around there like that? Southwest 4730, holding short, runway 1 right, requesting clearance to continue our taxi. Yeah, Father's Day was good, man. I didn't do anything. Took a walk. Took an old man walk in the afternoon.
Southwest 4730, continue taxi via Lima, cross runway 1 right, then contact tower on 120.5.
Yeah, Father's Day was good, man. Thank you for asking. Appreciate it. Typically, you'd want to put your strobe lights on right now since we're crossing the runway, but we'll just pretend that they're on. All right, so now we got to contact tower. That's 120.5. Is that in our backup? Yes, it is. Shit, I love taking naps. I'm like if I could get paid for taking naps, I think that would be the perfect job. I would love to get paid for taking naps. I'm really good at them too. Like I've got a lot of practice at taking naps. I'm real good at taking naps. All right, let's get data turned on. I think we're going to give comms to our esteemed co-pilot, Ethan. I think we have Ethan in the yeah. A lot of people, I think, would like to have that job. Just being a professional nap taker. Good to fly with you again, Ethan.
Great to be flying with you again, Greg. Let's make it a swing.
They have part of the downloadables that they have available for Say Intentions. They have a banner that you can download, and you just get it linked up with your SimBrief account and with Navigraph, and it'll actually monitor your flight mid-flight. Yeah, it's some free add-on they have available. Looks like there's a little bit of traffic up there. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that chunk was so loud. That's a shame, man. I got limiter turned on as well, man. You figured that limiter would help out with that, but... I think I might. So one of my kids has gotten into like the Halloween movies, and really the only way to watch the original Halloween is to watch it on something called Shudder, which is through, I guess through Amazon. They have this horror channel. It's called Shudder. I'm gonna tell you, man, I started trying to watch some of the movies on there. Now I'm all for like dumb horror movies. They have like the dumbest horror movies I have ever seen in my life. I legitimately don't know like if I can continue to watch movies on there. They are so fucking dumb. All right, we are come on, Ethan, request takeoff, buddy.
San Francisco Tower, southwest, 4730, holding short of the runway, ready for takeoff.
Southwest 4730, San Francisco Tower, runway 28 left, hold short, the number 1 behind 737.
Go.
Approaching 28 left.
And let's do a little test with the engines and see how they...
Approaching runway 28 left.
Got to keep the line up and wait.
4730, runway 28 left, line up and wait.
Runway 28 left, line up and wait. Southwest 4730.
Approaching 28 left.
Boy, that is that runway awareness. That's usually say intentions, but that's actually coming from iFly.
Southwest 4730, runway 28 left, winds 290 at 18, fly runway heading, clear for takeoff.
Runway 28 left,
On
cleared for
runway
takeoff. Fly
28
runway heading. Southwest
left.
4730.
Cabin crew, take your seats for departure.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure. Crew are taking seats now.
All right, let's punch the clock and go. Engines look good. Hang on. Maybe this airplane you have to have the speed brake armed.
On runway 2.
You don't have to do that in the regular 737.
1,000 feet.
Yep. Takeoff power set. Under knots. Approaching V1 speed. Positive rate. Landing gear up. Sound might be a little loud. I'll get that turned down after I get the autopilot turned on.
Southwest 4730, contact departure. Contacting departure. Southwest 4730.
Traffic.
Northbound departure. Southwest 4730. Good evening, climbing through 500.
Southwest 4730,
Left heading 285, direct west runway 8, then continue on course, southwest 4730.
Tell you what, we'll fly this manually until we get turned around.
Southwest 4730, climb and maintain flight level 210. Climb and maintain flight level 210, southwest 4730.
Alright, so we didn't blow out our engines on takeoff, so we're good to continue with our planned route. We don't have to worry about route 2 that we had programmed. Let's make our turn towards port. And then we'll engage a fly-by-wire type system that they have available, CWS. You know, control wheel steering will operate. Turn that on first. And then we'll worry about our vertical profile after that, but at least the CWS will get our lateral movement correct. Yeah, this autopilot system is real sensitive. You can't just turn it on and just let go of the yoke. Like, you have to make sure your wings level and trimmed out pretty well before you decide to deactivate it. See, I had taxi lights turning off as well when I had the when you put the landing gear up. I wonder why that didn't do that either. Unless my settings didn't save, which could be. Alright, CWS mode engaged. Autopilot is engaged, and hand off to yoke. Alright, go to
4730, climb and maintain flight level 270.
270.
Flight level 270, southwest 4730.
Okay, flaps are up all the way. Let me try putting these VST filters on and see how they sound. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Hang on a second. Let me just build the noise profile real quick. Hang on a second. God, I wish you guys could see this, what I'm doing here with these filters. It's such a shame it doesn't the screen capture. I may have just have to capture one night, like with my phone or my iPad, so you can see what I'm doing here.
Flight level 320.
Yeah, we're going to leave it just like that. Now, they do have a headphone mode, too, I think. Let me see that here. Here we go. There's headphones mode. All right, so we're climbing. Did they say what altitude to climb up to yet? Still 270. That's fine. All right, now that we are up in the air, let's turn off data. Let's put on airports. And let's make the range like 100.
Southwest 4730, climb and maintain flight level 350. Climb and maintain flight level 350, southwest 4730.
Go up there.
Instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel.
Are you fucking for real?
Salinas Municipal Airport. Information
I hate this
hotel.
game so much. I really do hate
0020
Microsoft Simulator so much.
Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 2631. Wind 300 at 12. Overcast at 1400. Temperature 18.
I know I don't have the
2.13.
ATC turned on here.
Altimeter 2990. Density altitude 400 feet. Advise on course
So
heading,
gay.
altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel. Salinas Municipal Airport, information hotel. 0020 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 2631. Wind 300 at 12. Overcast at 1400. Temperature 18, 2.13. Altimeter 2990. Density altitude 400 feet. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway.
I can't deactivate it.
Southwest
Advise on
4730,
initial
contact
contact.
Oak
Good, finally.
Salinas Municipal Airport,
on 119.47.
0020 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways
Huh,
26,
still playing it.
Southwest 47.
What in the fuck?
300
Good evening,
at
18000 for flight level
Overcast at
350.
1100. Temperature 18, dew point 13. Altimeter 2990.
Why the hell is Say Intentions playing that?
Altitude 400 feet. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel. Salinas Municipal Airport, information hotel. 0020 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 26.
That is so weird. Why the hell is that happening?
Southwest
300 at
4730. Good evening, flight
Overcast
level
at
10.
1000. Temperature 18, dew point 13. Altimeter 2990. Density altitude 400 feet. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested.
Can't get rid of that.
Read back all
119.475.
runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel. Salinas Municipal Airport, information hotel. 0020
Southwest 4730.
Arriving and departing
Good evening,
runways
flight level 210 for flight level 350.
300 at 12. Overcast at 1400. Temperature 18, dew point 13. Altimeter 2990. Density altitude 400
Oakland Center, climate maintain,
Advise
flight
on
level
course heading,
370.
altitude, and if
Might have to
flight
turn off Say
following is
Intentions. I don't know why that's happening.
70.
back all runway
Southwest
and hold short
4730.
instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel. Salinas Municipal Airport.
It's so gay. Why is it that?
Information hotel.
I don't know why they're doing that, Say Intentions.
0020 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 26, 31. Wind 300 at 12. Overcast at 1400. Temperature 18, dew point 13.
There we go. Let me go to their settings real quick, because I know I don't have COM 2 turned on. Alright, we should be okay now. Alright, I'm going to take over comms. Yeah, you can turn off Say Intentions. Oh, I'm just now seeing a couple of your messages. Yeah, you can turn off Say Intentions while you're flying and reactivate it while you're flying. Yeah, you just click on New Flight if you have to. CWS is called Control Wheel Steering. It essentially lets you control the airplane a little bit vertically and a little bit laterally. It's kind of like a fly-by-wire kind of system where it really helps you stay good laterally. But yeah, I usually put that on first in this airplane, and then once we kind of get wings level and we get trimmed out okay, then I'll put on the autopilot, and that way I can let go of the yoke without, because a lot of times when you're flying and you put the autopilot on, when you let go of the yoke, especially in this airplane, as soon as you let go of the yoke, the plane like nose up, and it'll turn off the autopilot. You know, I don't know if I really want the filters on. Let me turn the filters up a little bit and see what they sound like. I tell you, we'll just put ourselves in headphone mode. And let's put ourselves in headphone mode here. Yeah, that works. We don't really need to hear the engines right now. Yeah, so you have CWS 1 and 2, and then Command A and B as well. So CWS, you still have a little bit of control manually with the airplane. It's not full out autopilot like commands are right there. It's a pretty nice airplane. I just, you know, after flying PMDG, it just seems like they're missing the mark with some things in this airplane. I really would like to know why some of this didn't work. Let's put our departure up here. And our departure is this one here, Wesla 5. Oh, have we already gone past the, I guess we've already gone past. Alright. Oh yeah, we're way past there. Alright, so now let's go to terminal for Phoenix. And Hydra is supposed to be our arrival. And then our approach, right now it's going to be 26 left. I don't know if that's going to stay the same way, but right now that's going to be 26 left. But yeah, see, I went into all these options here under settings. Like, I went through all this before I took off. Like, we should have been okay with a lot of these settings in here. Like, under my plane here, like, I went in here. And went in and like, I changed a lot of this. Just doesn't seem like some of it actually stayed the way I had it set. Got a lot of cool some cool features to it. Import wind data. Yeah, see, taxi light off when gear up. I did that, but the taxi light didn't go off. Oh, I guess I could have put that on realistic mode. Oh well. Too late now. All right, let's go outside and see what's doing outside. Such a cool livery, this livery. I like this one. Yeah, they got a lot of liveries available for this airplane. A lot of free liveries from iFly. That's one nice thing about iFly, is that they give you so many free liveries. I think you should get free liveries for how much they charge you for his airplane. I have it all shut off right now. I don't have, I didn't pay for the service again. That sounds okay. Yeah, I didn't pay for the service for multiplayer again. I don't really ever use it. And to spend like 30 bucks a month, to be honest, I'd rather spend that 30 bucks a month either on food or on a streaming service that I actually watch. Now, if we were like all interacting a lot and we were all flying together and doing shit like that, that's a different story. But like we don't do any of that kind of stuff really. But if we did do that, I would be down to try doing some of that stuff with you guys. I think that would be kind of fun.
Center, United 1515, 18,000.
Oh, that sounds terrible. No way, man. No way. It shouldn't sound like that. Oh, is headphones mode on? Let me turn that off. Alright, we're just at about cruising altitude. I don't think it's required. Well, see, I bought the game. That's a different story. Like, if you bought the game, then you don't really need a plan from Xbox. If all you do is stream it from their service, then yeah, you would have to have that service in order to play. But yeah, I bought the game, so I don't need it to fly. But now, if I wanted to see other people and like fly with other people, then yeah, I would have to have the service. I was cool buying the service when it was like 15 or 18 bucks a month, man. But now they want like $30 a month, and I don't really ever play games. Every once in a while, I'll play a little Subnautica. You know, but I haven't played that in like 2 weeks. You know, by the time I get work done, most of my like I tell you guys, mainly like I take a shower, I get something to eat, and I might fly on a simulator for an hour, maybe some nights. Most of the time, I'm just getting ready to go back to sleep so I can rinse and repeat for the next day. I seem to really do well at work when I get like a good amount of sleep. I really need to get like a good 8 hours of sleep each night for work. Unfortunately, it's kind of how it is. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't work after you shut it off, then just reactivate it again. But I mean, I don't need it to fly, but multiplayer, you definitely need it. Yep. I think tomorrow I'm gonna fly the free 737 on X-Plane, just to compare. Nothing beats PMDG when it comes to these airplanes. It doesn't. I don't care who you are or who you talk to. PMDG definitely has the market cornered with these kind of airplanes. That's for sure. I was trying to use my Xbox the other day for PMDG for the 737, and I could not get that thing to load properly. Oh man, we got some bad weather. It's all right, man. If you waste your money on that, you waste it on something else. If that 30 bucks a month is burning a hole in your pocket, just send it to me. I'll put it to good use for you. All right, let's see what we got here going on with bad weathers. Let's put on a little Ryan Hall, y'all. Oh, it definitely adds up, that's for sure. Yo, watch out.
Continue to monitor the tornado warning for Mills Shoals. Here from Jordan Hall's perspective as well. This is another place where a tornado is about to plop down.
Yeah, there's some low-hanging clouds there, man.
We're hearing from one of our professional storm chasers that this might actually put a hog down. This has the real potential of putting a hog down near Interstate 64 between Aden and Mill Shoals.
That thing is primed and ready to drop a tornado, that's for sure. Look at that
Where's she
thing.
gonna do it? Come on, baby.
I've tried flying through tornadoes with live weather on before. The simulator doesn't do too good of a job. Doesn't do too good of a job replicating tornadoes. Kind of like when we've flown into hurricanes a couple of times too, and there was like no wind at all in the hurricane. Just 0.0 wind. Like, really?
Show yourself.
Wow, 2,600 people without power. I like this guy channel, Ryan Hall. He I don't know how much of it's legit, but they say that they donate like a lot of the money that they get on these streams. They donate for people that need it, like after these storms, for rebuilding their homes and getting them back on their feet and all that.
Beautiful.
A lot of these storm chasers too, when there's a bad tornado and there's destruction, they'll go and actually help people out of their homes and search for people. And
no context, you just hear this storm chaser talking about dancing with a hog. What's actually happening is there's a tornado trying to form near Interstate 64 as it approaches Mill Shoals. So if you live in Burnt Prairie, Mill Shoals, or anywhere south of Fairfield in Illinois, you got to take shelter right now.
Our air traffic down to below, just in case we got to descend.
It's right in the middle of a road hole, though, is my only issue I'm dealing with right now.
Altitude hold. Got about 300 miles until top of descent. We might bust out a little 2x action here in a minute.
You can see though, like, it is actually very close to putting down a tornado. Look at the rising scud right here.
I tell you what, let's turn him off.
It's best to put down a
That's
tornado
in Wayne
right
County.
now.
Let's pull up the actual. Let's pull up weather-wise, and let's actually check out these tornadoes and see if we can see it ourselves here.
Southwest 4730, contact Oakland Center on 132.8.
Which we should be able
Captain
to.
Greg, would you and the first officer like anything to drink or a small snack?
Yeah, I'll take lemon lime Gatorade and long duck. I'm sorry, Ethan will take a Coke.
Understood, Captain. I'll bring a lemon lime Gatorade for you and a Coke for Ethan now.
Thanks, Lisa. Oakland Center, contact Oakland Center 132.8, Southwest 4730. Come on, comms. Switch on for bitch. Come on. Oakland Center, good evening. Southwest with you, Southwest 4730 with you, flight level 370. All right, let's zoom on in here now and see what we're seeing here.
Southwest 4730, Oakland Center. Good evening.
All right, they were just looking at these down here, I believe. Oh yeah, there's definitely some tornadoes working here. Look at this. We got all this inflow coming in right here, and it's dropping down a little hook right here.
Oakland Center, Big Stripe 776, flight level 300.
Big Stripe 776, Oakland Center, roger.
Yeah, a lot of winds dancing around. Definite rotation. Oh wow, look how much rotation there is. Any debris yet? No, it's not a really clean image. correlation coefficient. That's what it'll show you if there's debris in the atmosphere. Yeah, there's definitely something going on right here.
Captain, here is your lemon lime Gatorade.
Don't we have any storm chasers in this area?
Let me know if you need anything else.
I can't believe there's no storm chasers down here. That's crazy. There's no. This could be a big tornado down here. Oh yeah, there's definitely something going on here. Yeah, my settings didn't pull over. Yeah, there's definitely something brewing down here.
Southwest 4730, contact Los Angeles Center on 128.375.
Yeah, look at all this rotation. Contact Los Angeles Center, 128.375, Southwest 4730. Man, look at this hook echo, my goodness. Alright, let's turn this off, because that's fucking up our frame rate. Hey, we gotta contact the other tower there. Los Angeles Center, good evening, Southwest 4730, with you, flight level 370.
Southwest 4730, Los Angeles Center, good evening.
Oh yeah, that thing getting ready to drop a tornado. Oh wow.
Just came out for the rest of the night. We now have an enhanced risk of severe weather in southern Kansas and Oklahoma. So we're going to be tracking storms even after this stuff over here in the Ohio Valley calms down. If it calms down, we're going to be tracking.
We're supposed to have tornadoes in Maryland tomorrow. I hope it really passes us. Right now, there's a 2% chance of tornadoes within a 25-mile point anywhere really in the Delmarva area tomorrow. Now they're only for like EF0 to EF2, but still, they can still do damage if you're not paying attention. Yeah, that thing looks like it's trying to drop a monster on somebody.
Yep, that's a tornado.
That right there, tornado.
That's a tornado.
Meteorology 101 here from Chris. That is a tornado.
Oh yeah, these guys that chase these. Yeah, there's one guy. His name is Reed Trimmer. He has a machine called the Dominator.
Settled south of Interstate 64 now. It's going to parallel it.
What that vehicle? I don't know if you've ever seen it before. You can look it up. I think it's called the Dominator 3. It's specially built. It's like some sort of Ford truck that he built. It's got all kinds of like armor plating around it and shit like that. It's got these huge like spikes that go into the ground, and it anchors itself into the ground, so it could actually take like an EF3 tornado. I don't know about an EF4. I know it can do an EF3. It could take an EF3 full force, like smack it right in his face, yeah, it'll be perfectly fine. These guys are nuts though. These storm chasers. I think it'd be a really cool job to have, to be honest. It's a long day, you know, driving state to state and this and that, but man, it's got to be so cool seeing these things up in person. I've seen 2 tornadoes in my life. One was a water spout, which is technically a tornado, I guess. But yeah, I saw one of those in Florida a long time ago, and then actually the other one I saw was in Florida too. Actually, it was a funnel cloud that was dropping down right above us. I was with my aunt and uncle. I was a kid. We were leaving some sort of petting zoo that they had somewhere, I don't know, out in Crocodile Alley or somewhere. Oh, that's a lot of wind. That's a lot of wind. Right there, where your mouse is, Ryan. Right there.
The storm has been very efficient at
Yeah, that's
handing
a
off
nice
its
couplet right there.
circulations.
That's the one
to
we
the
were just
next
looking at, I
area
think.
over and over again, and that's just what's going to continue to happen as this goes eventually all the way down there towards St. Croix. Additionally, we just got a new tornado watch, a brand new tornado watch for Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh wow, tornado watch for
Lexington,
Kentucky.
all the way over to Maysville, Kentucky, is now under a tornado watch for the next 4 hours and 42 minutes.
Happens this time of year.
Kentuckians, where are my Kentuckians at?
Got a lot of convective energy up there. Let's take a look at
tornado watch.
Let's take a look at what's going to be tomorrow. Let's hang on a second. Let's see here. Pivotal weather. We'll leave Mid-Atlantic on. Let's look at our convective energy for tomorrow. This is like if you look at a storm like it's a race car, CAPE, convective air. That's the fuel you would use to fuel up the race car. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, you get those spin ups in the desert sometimes. I've seen some of those on camera before. Yeah, it's not like a strong tornado. It's just like a little dust up. Yeah. Man, look at all this convective air tomorrow. My goodness, what does the sounding look like for tomorrow? Yeah, that is not good. There's going to be some storms tomorrow. All right, what about supercell composite? Yep. And what time is that going to be at, roughly?
SkyWest 3777, Los Angeles Center, roger.
So that's roughly about 2 o'clock East Coast time. Great, so 2 o'clock tomorrow, that's when we're looking at possibly really bad weather here. Possibly. Let's look at the upper air. Yep. Steady flow of wind. Take a look at our precipitation possibly for tomorrow. Well, I mean, according to this, a lot of it, oh, there we go. See, according to here, it looks like we're not going to have storms until later in the day, which is fine with me. These lines here, if you guys are not familiar with these lines, like where it says 1012, 576, so 1012 is the pressure. And then the 576, that's the thickness. You can see where it says thickness up here. That's the thickness of the air. So the warmer the air is, the farther apart it is. The colder the air, the closer it is together. So when these lines are very far apart, that's because it's warm weather, usually like a high pressure system, typically. And then you also have, when you'll see these numbers in blue, the lines will be really close together.
Los Angeles Center, Southwest 2749, flight level 340.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, let's see where we're at. Maybe we can get ready for descent here. All right, so we got 204. Yeah, let's speed this up a little bit here. I'm not exactly sure
Los Angeles Center, Allegiant 3532,
where I can speed this up from. Let's see here.
Allegiant 3532, Los Angeles Center, roger.
let's put our landing in here, KPHX. Runway 26. Dry. BREF +5. We'll say auto brakes 2. We'll say flaps 40. Air conditioning on. That's off, and calculate. Landing weight. That can't be right. Landing weight's the same as the takeoff weight? Are you kidding me?
Alaska 1432, flight level 270. Alaska 1432, Los Angeles Center, roger.
Here we go, acceleration mode. Alright, so that's now up to 2x now. Yeah, we still can't calculate, that's so dumb. The whale.
Los Angeles Center, all Nippon 125, flight level 270. All Nippon 125, Los Angeles Center, roger.
Be descending here pretty soon. Yeah, we're planning on doing an ILS landing. That's the plan, at least. Yeah, ILS for runway 26. That's the plan, at least.
Los Angeles Center, Allegiant 3532, flight level 290. Allegiant 3532, Los Angeles.
Yeah, this landing right here. Oh, you know, actually, let's, well, we can set up the heads-up display later. I was going to set up the heads-up display for landing, but we'll make sure that's going to be our runway first. Alright, so for the fix, let's put Phoenix in. And we'll do 10 miles. 30 miles as well. Alright, that'll put a ring around the posy there. Let's see, do we have our descent forecast? Get that updated.
Los Angeles Center, Lufthansa 2 Papa, flight level 260. Lufthansa 2 Papa, Los Angeles Center, roger.
Alright, Let's see here. ISA deviation. Let's see what that is. Seven degrees. So we have 7. Pressure where we're going. Let's see here. 2967. All right, and then anti-ice, we'll say that's good for 25,000 feet down to 1,000 feet. Okay, that's all set up now.
Los Angeles Center, Allegiant 3532, flight level 240. Allegiant 3532, Los Angeles Center, roger.
Thought we were in 2x, but we might not be. Yeah, we're not in 2x. I wonder why it didn't, Alright, there we go. Now we should be sped up a little bit.
Southwest 2592, Los Angeles Center, roger. Los Angeles Center, Delta 8877, flight level 390. Delta 8877, Los Angeles Center, roger.
Still not really sure if we're in sped up time or not, but it's all right. We're pretty close to our descent anyways.
Horizon Air 2458, Los Angeles Center, roger.
Right now we're passing over right near Ontario, Canada, Ontario, California. Let's see what they have here for our landing. Landing factor, auto brake 148. Okay. There's Riverdale. There's Ontario right there. I kind of like it with the headphone mode on, actually. Don't hear all that wind noise. All right, 116 till top of descent. All right, I tell you what, let me turn off auto acceleration here. Yeah, that was SynBrief I was just in. Yeah, it's available on the tablet. You just have to download it on from SynBrief under their download section. Yep. Okay, let's go into 2x from here and see what it looks like. I don't think that was sped up before. Yeah, now it's sped up. We can see the clock moving forward now. Yeah, that was SynBrief. Yeah, you can integrate it into the regular tablet here for flight planning and landing and takeoff calculations and all that kind of stuff. Less than 100 miles till top of descent. We're going to give the comms back to Ethan here in a little bit when we get ready for a descent.
Southwest 4730, contact Los Angeles Center on 126.7.
Contact Los Angeles Center 126.7, Southwest 4730. Los Angeles Center, good evening, Southwest 4730 with you, flight level 370.
Southwest 4730, Los Angeles Center, good evening.
Oh yeah, you can do calculations with SynBrief on here. Yep, yeah, landing and takeoff. Yep. You can put in different parameters if you want to. But yeah, they definitely have that available. I think on their website it's free. Well, I don't know if it's free or not, actually. I think it's part of their regular subscription, I think. All right, I'm going to put this in 1x for a minute. I'll be back in a moment. Be right back.
Los Angeles Center, Southwest 1131, flight level 320. Southwest 1131, Los Angeles Center, roger.
Los Angeles Center, Giant 8033, flight level 270.
Giant 8033, Los Angeles Center, roger.
Make sure I pause the game before I get too close to the yoke. I don't want to kick ourselves out of autopilot from my belly hitting the yoke. All right, let's go back up front. What do we got till top of descent? We only got 54 miles. All right, we might as well just leave ourselves out of 2x. So we're going to be descending here pretty soon. Let's get a couple of things set up here. Currently, the barometer where we're going is 2967, so let's get that set up on here. That way we can just go ahead and click right over to it.
Los Angeles Center, SkyWest 3739, flight level
And then let's go down here.
SkyWest 3739, Los Angeles Center, roger.
Heads up display.
Los Angeles Center, Delta 8887.
We're going to change the runway length and the runway elevation here.
Delta 8887, Los Angeles Center, roger.
So the length is 11,489 feet. Of course, they have it in meters. What in the fuck? Hey Siri, how many meters is 11,489 feet? All right, so 3501. Okay, so that's actually fine, 3502. And runway elevation is 346 meters. Okay, so that's fine. And then we're going to do instrument mode for landing. That way it'll clear out the display in a way where it'd be easier to use the heads-up display for landing if you're going to use it. I don't typically use it for landing. Not in these kind of airplanes, but not unless it's really bad weather out, but I'd rather just look at the primary flight display. All right, so we got 37 miles roughly till top of descent. Oh, good. They do have us landing on runway 26. Are you saying if it does not show the top of descent? If it doesn't show the top of descent, there could be... I think I know what you mean. Right, so a lot of times, if it doesn't show top of descent here, like on the progress page, either you're too far away for it to calculate, like if it's a really long flight. Other than that, if you have in the legs screen, if there's some sort of vector or a discontinuity, that will stop it from calculating. Yeah, but you have to have a landing chosen, like an approach at least. You don't have to have an arrival, but you at least have to have an approach. But yeah, if you have an approach programmed and the rest of your flight and it's still not showing under progress, you could have a missing, you could have something here in the flight plan that's messing it up, like vectors or discontinuity, something like that. Other than that, it should show. It would show it in this screen under VNAV, and then it should show it under progress as well. Vectors will mess it up, yeah. Yeah, because vectors, there's no endpoint chosen or anything like that, or altitude. It's just you're going to be doing whatever air traffic tells you to do. So yeah, that could throw off the top of descent. All right, I'll keep comms for a while. So we should be hitting BLH here any moment. One thing I didn't do was go into our flight plan to make sure the altitudes were okay, but I'm sure it's fine. Usually I like to go in here into the flight plan and make sure that we have the right altitudes and the right speeds and all that, but it's okay. We should be okay. Horizon Air. Wow. What decade are we in? Insert charts into the map. That I'm stumped on. I don't know what you mean by that, buddy. All right, let's activate VNav. Yeah, that I am not sure what you're talking about, pal. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what charts you're talking about. All right, we've begun our descent. Let me let air traffic know. Los Angeles Center, good evening. Southwest 4730. We've begun our descent into Phoenix.
Southwest 4730, descend via the Hyder 1 to KPHX for the ILS runway 26. Vectors will follow.
Yeah, I don't know if I understand exactly what you're talking about, buddy. I mean, I don't know what charts you're talking. I mean, if you're talking about these charts. Oh yeah, you can input those into Navigraph. Yeah. With Navigraph, yeah, you can have them overlaid actually on top of your flight as well, so you can see the airplane while you're flying it. But yeah. Yeah, well, these are the same charts that would be on Navigraph. Yeah, it's the same chart that would be on Navigraph. Are you asking me to do it? Like to show you on Navigraph? Or you want me to show you on Navigraph? Okay. I think so. Hang on a second. Oh, you were just saying, oh, good. I don't have to show you. That's good. I didn't really feel like bringing that up, but, right, yes. Yeah, they're the same charts that are on Navigraph, yeah. All right, Ethan, will you handle the comms on the way down, please?
I'll handle the comms from here, Greg.
So far, so good. That's good. I'm glad you know how to do it in Navigraph. Yeah, I was wondering what you were actually asking. I was like, my brother's English is not too good tonight. Like, what is he trying to say? I wish we were landing at nighttime in the Phoenix. You don't really want to mess with the weather, though. Sometimes when you mess with it, it alters like your descent. Alright, so for Skull, we have to be at 25,000 feet, so that's fine. We got 9 miles, so okay. Then after that, we have Spink. Okay, let's put that down to 24,000. That's next. Put this in approach mode. Yeah, we're really high, and we're 4,000 feet too high. Actually, we're not doing too bad. Yeah, we're only about 100 feet too high now. Once we get past Spink, we can then start descending again.
Southwest 4730, contact Albuquerque Center on 132.45.
Wow, they had you contact Albuquerque all the way out here.
132.45. Southwest 4730.
I guess we are in Albuquerque's area. Well, no, not really. I mean, they're still really far away. That is so
Southwest
weird.
4730. Good evening, descending flight level 240 for 4,000.
4,000 feet up.
Southwest 4730.
Hey, enemy in the States, eh? You know, I never did put a precision height in, did I? Precision height of 250. There's our decision height, and then I didn't put anything in for landing either. We'll just say that's correct there, since it won't let us input anything in the actual navigation. I mean, in the actual calculator over here, it won't let us do anything about it. It won't calculate it for us. It keeps giving us an error message. Pretty good little airplane. I do think the one on X-Plane is better than this. We'll have to fly that one tomorrow. Okay, yeah, our VNAV is really fucked up right now. Let's just go into VS mode. We should be going down a lot quicker than this. data on. We can turn off airports on our side. We'll give old Chadwick over here, we'll give him airport duty. I am digging this livery. I like this livery a lot. This thing is pretty cool looking. Should be, yeah. Should be inputted already. Let's see. Oh, that's right, it's back here. Maybe I didn't put it in yet, actually. No, I didn't. All right, let's get that put in. So we have 111.75. 175. We'll set up both sides for the same thing. So that's now set, and then we'll put Phoenix's VOR as the backup here. So that's 11560.
Southwest 4730, contact Phoenix approach on 124.1.
Contacting Phoenix approach on 124.1.
And we have
Southwest 4730.
258 for our approach course.
Phoenix approach, Southwest 4730. Good evening, descending flight level 190 for 4,000.
Southwest 4730, Phoenix approach. Good evening, expect the ILS runway 26 approach into Phoenix. Let me know you've got information, Victor.
Information Victor, copy, Southwest 4730.
Expecting the ILS runway 26 approach into Phoenix, Southwest 4730.
Let's slow our descent a little bit. So we need to be over 15,000 feet for Hydra. Oh, we should be okay. We got plenty of room. I didn't realize we were so close. All right, let's keep on descending at 1700.
Southwest 4730, direct Gila.
And let's go 50.
Southwest 4730.
Speed intervention. What did they say? Direct what? Direct Gila. Alright, so let's go direct Gila. That doesn't make sense. We're getting ready to go direct to Gila in a second here, as soon as we get past Hydra. There's no sense of doing all that work. Now we're direct to Gila. Alright. We're also now slowing down to 250. Put our speed brakes out a little bit. Alright, so far so good.
do this to you. The runway lights need to be reset. Hold at Gila as published. Right turns won't be long. 5 to 10 minutes at the most.
Okay. So if that's the case, let's go heading 78 right now. And then once we get to Gila, we'll start doing right-hand turn holding pattern.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have some exciting news to share. Our captain has just achieved a special milestone by being put into hold by air traffic control. This means we're flying high at 37,000 feet. While we wait for our turn to land, you can enjoy some amazing views out the window. Keep your eyes peeled for the stunning.
All right, so let's spin around.
Thank you for your patience and for flying with Southwest Airlines.
So we have to go the opposite of 78 is 258. And I do have a chronometer here too, so I'll set it for a minute once we level our wings out. And we'll hold at 11,000 feet. Once we level our wings out, we'll then go ahead and push the clock for a minute. All right, let's hold here, altitude. We're getting ready to level out our wings. All right, let's push the clock for a minute. Then we'll spin back around to 78. Guess we can actually put the landing lights on too. I hope air traffic doesn't forget about us. All right, spin about 30 seconds. Spin about 40 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. All right, let's spin back around again to 78. Traffic will get a hold of us here in a moment so we can continue our approach. No, I didn't choose this scale bait. No, the air traffic control said they had to reset the runway lights, so we had to do right hand holding pattern at Gila. So that's what I'm doing now. We're just doing a right hand holding pattern at the waypoint, just making right hand turns. Yeah, no, I didn't choose that. They did that. They asked us to do it. We're not that far from the airport. We're pretty close to 30 miles out. Here's the beginning of the ring that we set up, the 30-mile ring. Here it is right here. Yeah, we're pretty close. We're probably gonna have to spin around one more time. I don't think we're gonna have it fixed yet. They said 5 to 10 minutes at the most, and that was 5 minutes ago. As soon as we level out our wings again, we'll go ahead and push the clock again. All right, so let's set this up for another minute. All right, chronometer is started. We're at about 30 seconds. We're probably got to spin around again. Now we probably could have gone into here and actually set up a holding pattern, but I didn't feel like it. To be honest, you can go into the FMC and actually set up an actual holding pattern, but like we can click on hold right here, and we can put the waypoint in and inbound and outbound turns and all that. All right, let's spin back around. Yeah, see, we could have gone down here and put Gila in. Well, let's see if we can do it, actually. I don't think we can. I don't think we can change it since we already passed the waypoint. Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, you can go in here and do 1 minute like we're doing here. You can put in the inbound course, right turns, and that way it'll show up on the display here. It'll actually show you the holding pattern. Hopefully, after we spin around this time, we'll be able to continue, because it's been close to 10 minutes. So after we level out our wings, I'm going to call them and ask them if we can continue. If we had more time to set up the holding pattern, I would have gone in and set it up properly like we just looked at on the display there. But we were like 5 miles from Gila, and when they gave us the message, that's not enough time to go in and not fly the plane at the same time. If I was co-pilot, I could probably get it inputted in pretty quickly, but all right, we got a minute started. Phoenix approach Southwest 4730. We're still holding out here at Gila. Please advise. Flight level 100. 110.
Southwest 4730, descend at your discretion. Stay on the arrival. Vectors will follow.
Descending at our discretion, staying on the arrival. Southwest 4730.
Okay, so once we get to a minute, we're going to spin back around, and then we'll continue our descent as well.
Southwest 4730, we've got things all cleared out. Leave your hold at Gila and resume your arrival.
Okay.
Leaving hold at Gila, resuming arrival. Southwest 4730.
All right, let's spin back around, and then once we get past Gila again, we will start descending again. Oh, actually, no, we can't descend yet. We need to stay at this altitude for Agla as well. Again, once we level out, we'll then go ahead and do, well, actually, we can engage LNAV now, actually. Oh, we're not on intercept heading. Okay, that's fine. That's kind of what I thought. Won't let us engage LNAV mode since we're in the middle of a turn like that. Alright, LNAV is re-engaged. As soon as we level out, it'll probably nope, LNAV is now captured again. We're going to stay at this altitude until we get to Agla. And then we'll start descending again. You know, none of these other buttons work on the side of the flight management system. That is really upsetting. For the kind of money you spend on this airplane, you'd expect the D-Link to work, get satellite and all that. And then it even says here to hold the button in for D-Link so you can get, like, I guess, say intentions or VATSIM connected. You can't hold it in. You go click it and it just, like, it releases, like, right away. Now, if we were going to re-engage VNAV, we could do that. It wouldn't start moving again until this icon got to the center here, and then it would start up again. I'm not going to worry about it since we're so close to the airport. I am going to leave it in managed speed mode where we're actually controlling the speed. For now, at least. We'll hand it over to the autopilot system as soon as we get down closer to 4,000 feet. Oh, we're still 20 miles from Agla. Oh, shit. I don't know if I like flying over Saudi Arabia or the Middle East better than America or not. I mean, I like flying over the deserts on both places, but I think I think it's prettier over in the Middle East, flying over the ground there. All right, here's our 30-mile ring. We're getting ready to hit that. Reduce our speed a little bit since we're within 30 miles. Let's reduce this down to 230. Speed intervention. You can actually see VNAV counting down, actually, down here on this dial here. See how it's counting down? 3,200. 3,100. That's how many feet above VNAV we're actually right now. As we get closer to zero, this diamond will move down to the center there. We're just going to descend at minus 1,300, minus 1,400 feet a minute. So a 3% glide slope from here, since we're about 300 knots on the ground speed, that would be close to 1,500. Yeah, pretty close to 1,500 feet would be a 3% glide slope. Or 3% flight angle, actually. Not glide slope, flight angle. Let's get ready and arm VS. This little line sticking out here, that's, if we miss our approach, that's going to be the path we follow out to the holding pattern. No. Well, no. So that diamond right now has nothing to do with the glide slope. That's for VNAV. You would like to have, ideally, you'd like to be lined up on the localizer and below the glide slope. Like if the glide slope is up here, you want to be below it before you hit approach mode. And then once you hit approach mode, as you're coming closer to the airport, the ILS altitude will start dropping as well. So yeah, you want to be on the localizer first, and then after that, oh, we can start descending actually. All right, let's go. But yeah, ideally you want to be at established on the localizer first. Some of these airplanes you can turn off that feature where you need to be on the localizer first, but yeah, if the glide slope is below you, like if the diamond is below you, then your airplane is too high. If the diamond is too high, then your airplane is below the limit. You'll see when we go and line up for the landing, you'll see what I'm talking about. Right now, this diamond is not for the localizer, though. That diamond is for VNAV right now. At least I'm pretty sure it is. Because it's been there for a while, way before we got close to the localizer. Alright, we need to be at 210 knots right now, so let's get down to 210.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our final approach to Phoenix. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Kindly put your tray tables away. Ensure your seats are in a cool, upright position. Fasten your seatbelts. Incurred weather in Phoenix is warm. Temperature 41 degrees Celsius. Our assigned gate is terminal. Gate 2.
Don't worry, guys, we're not going to be seeing that gate. You know how we do. We turn it off when we're still on the runway. We're not doing any kind of instant replays tonight or any of that sky dolly shit tonight. We are going to, unless they vector us, we are going to be going out past here, and then we'll spin around. Technically, we could put flaps down at this point if you really wanted to. I'm not going to do it just yet. Before we make our turn to final, I will, but right now I'm not going to worry about it. All right, let's put 7,000 in our altitude here. Start descending again. Ideally, too, when you're coming in for landing, like at these big airports, you really almost never want to just level off at these altitudes. If anything, just move your vertical speed to like minus 50 or minus 100, so you're still kind of descending a little bit. Oh shit, what the fuck? Whoa, 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 bitch. There we go. I wasn't even clicking on that. So I am going to go into heading mode right now. And then I'll wait to activate the...
4730, turn left, heading 075, vectors for the ILS, runway 26 approach.
I hate when they do this to us.
075, vectors for the ILS runway 26 approach. Southwest 4730.
They never give us enough space to make these turns. Like they line us up with like 5 miles to go at the airport. Let's see what happens this time. I really hate doing this.
Descend and maintain 4,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000. Southwest 4730.
Let's go flaps 1. There's no reason to mess up at this part. This is the easy part, dude. Now we just gotta line up and just capture that glide slope. We'll do it. And nothing to be worried about. It has us 8 miles away. We have, of course, a 258 plugged in. You might be trying to capture the glide slope too late, possibly. We'll see what we do here. See if you miss a step or not.
Southwest 4730, turn right heading 075.
Right heading 075. Southwest 4730.
They are so dumb at saying intentions. They really are. They have no idea what they're doing sometimes. I don't know why I keep this service most of the time. Look. First they said
4730, turn left heading 300.
Left heading 300. Southwest 4730.
they say turn right head 075, then turn left heading 075. And now turn left heading 300. That's more like it. All right, let's turn to 300.
Southwest 4730, descend and maintain 4,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000. Southwest 4730.
All right, let's go. Can I click on the flat number? Does that work? No, it doesn't. That's 5. You can choose between Vics and Vickers and ABEX.
Southwest 4730, 8 miles from Prunes, turn left heading 295. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 26 approach, altimeter 2967.
All right, let's go down at 500.
Descend and maintain 3,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 26
So now
approach.
we're going to just
altimeter
click on
2967.
approach
Southwest
mode.
4730.
Now we can click on approach mode now because we have the glide slope in play. If the glide slope is not in play, you just want to click on localizer at that point and capture the localizer first. But since we have that in play, then
2500.
cabin crew, take your seats for landing.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats now.
All right, localizer has just been captured. So now we're turning towards the airport. Pull this back a little bit so I can reach the foot pedals. Ugh. Still can't reach. I got little Barney Rubble legs, man. I got these short little legs.
Southwest 4730, contact Phoenix Tower on 118.7.
Contacting Phoenix Tower on 118.7, Southwest 47.
Alright, so we are about 9 miles out. We'll wait a minute or so to put the landing gear down here.
Phoenix Tower, Southwest 4730. Good evening, established on the ILS runway 26 approach.
Let's match our heading.
Southwest 4730, Phoenix Tower, roger, continue approach.
We'll slow down a little bit more. We'll slow down the landing speed once we capture the glide slope, which we should be getting any moment. Let's go flaps down to 10.
Southwest 4730, runway 26, winds 360 at 3, cleared to land.
Landing gear down.
Runway 26, cleared to land. Southwest.
Cleared to land, landing gear down. We have 3 green lights. It means the landing gear is down. Let's arm the spoilers. Glide slope is almost capturing. Once it captures, we'll... Actually, we could just move our speed down to 140 now. Okay, we'll watch it capture here in a moment. Alright, glide slope is now captured. There we go. Glide slope is now captured. Flaps 30. That could be part of it, not putting the screen in ILS 1. That's not going to prevent you from capturing it. Now we do have it set for auto land. We have auto land 3 on. I'm kind of curious how this thing lands. But I can't just sit there and let it land by itself. I can't do that. I can't do it. As much as I want to. Alright, let me grab control. Alright, my control. Pretty sure I'm looking at the right runway in front of me. Oh wow, the wind's coming in from the other side. Oh shit.
6.
Wind's coming from the starboard side. Alright, now it's nose down the barrel. Whoa, that's a rough landing. Alright, we gotta do that again. Let's go take off again. We'll come in for another landing real quick. Let me turn off say intentions real quick. Hang on a second.
4730, welcome to Phoenix. Contact ground on 119.7.
Alright, goodbye.
Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
Yeah, no shit, buddy. Alright, let's turn back around. Landing gear up.
Bank angle.
Let's get up to like 4,000 feet. CWS activated. Altitude hold on. Alright. Yeah, that landing was terrible. I mean, not too bad, but it's not one of the ones we usually do. My goodness. That was rough. Alright, we'll nail the landing this time. Hopefully. There's the airport again. That was one of the worst landings I think we've had in a while, man. Sometimes it takes a couple of minutes to get the feel of the airplane, especially when you haven't flown the airplane in a long time. My goodness. I sound like a real old man when I talk like that, don't I? Like, oh my goodness, oh shucks. Should have did a better landing. We'll go out about 11 or 12 miles, and then we'll turn back around again. We're 7 miles out. Yep, that was almost a really good landing. What's that old saying? Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Isn't that what that saying is? Ooh, the Piper Cherokee. I got a few of those. I'm not sure which Cherokee you're referring to. Unless I'm just completely drawing a blank on the airplanes that I have. I know I have a handful of Pipers, like the Turbo Arrow 3. Yeah, I don't plan on killing anybody. Not on tonight's flight. I don't want to get fired from Southwest. That's a pretty good job flying for Southwest. JetBlue, I'm okay with getting fired from JetBlue. That was okay. All right, let's start descending to 3,000 feet. And let's start turning around. The new one. What new Cherokee are you talking about? If there's a new Cherokee that came out, I don't know if I'm aware of it. The Piper 180 with the new inside. I'm drawing a blank, my friend. Is it on 2024? If it's it, yeah, I mean, I'll fly it tomorrow. I'm not really sure which. Cherokee. I'll have to take a look here in a moment. See what you're talking about. All right, let's activate the localizer. Yeah, I am not really sure which Piper you're talking about. I bought the Phenom, the Embraer Phenom. We got the new Hextron. Oh, what's the other? What the one we just bought? The shit. What is the name of it? The Cessna Citation Sovereign. Yeah, I don't recall getting a. Oh well, whatever. I'll check it out. If you remember who makes it. Wait, well, let me. Is it on 2024, the airplane, or was it on, like on X-Plane or something like that? I really don't recall buying a Piper for Microsoft anytime soon, or recently. Rearm the speed brakes. All right, if it's on 2024, I'll check it out after we do this landing. Yeah, I mean, if as long as we can figure out which airplane it is, yeah, I'll fly it tomorrow. That's not a problem. I like flying Pipers. They're fun little airplanes to fly. I hear you. I hear you. I'm sure you know what you're talking about. I am drawing a blank on the airplane. I really am. All right, landing gear. Let's put the landing gear down. Yeah, a new Piper that I just got. Piper Cherokee. As soon as I see it, I'll probably be like, oh yeah, that's the one you're talking about. That's right. Forgot about that. All right, let's just go flaps full now. I think I might just fly this thing by hand the whole way. Yeah, let me fly it by hand the whole way. That way I can get used to the controls. Okay. So my control. Let's level out a little bit. Recapture the glide slope. All right, now we're lined up with the glide slope again. Make sure we're deactivated there. Oh, I didn't know Phoenix had so much water, man. I didn't think they had any water. Thought all the water would just dry up in Phoenix since it's like 120 degrees all the time there. But yeah, everybody I talk to that lives in Arizona, they like living in Arizona. That must be a good state to live in. I don't know. I thought it'd be like hard as hell to live in that state, being that, at least in Phoenix, being that it's like 1,000,000 degrees all the time.
1,000.
So we need to grab in a little bit. Yes, I know we're low on fuel. I know. We wouldn't be low on fuel if they didn't have us doing circles because of the runway traffic lights. Yeah, I like flying by hand longer on these landings, get a good feel for the airplane while we're coming in for landing, instead of just taking control at like 500 feet or 1,000 feet.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. Airspeed 20. Airspeed 10. 5.
That's fine. I'll take it. I'll take 4 out of, I don't really care about the vertical speed, but we got 4 out of 5 stars. I'll take that. All right, let's see what you're talking about this airplane. All right, you say it's a Piper that we got? All right, well, those are the, okay, so those are those Pipers. There's the Cherokee there. Oh, was it just on the screen there? Hang on a second. Oh, maybe it's not one of those. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah, the one from A2A. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, they have two. Yeah, it's not a Cherokee. They have the Comanche and they have the Aerostar. They're basically like the same airplane on the inside. But yeah, whichever one you want. Yeah, I'll fly either one. They're both great airplanes. Yeah, the biggest difference is 2 engines versus 1 engine, but they're both basically the same on the inside. But yeah, A2A makes both of these airplanes. The Comanche, oh yeah, we can fly that tomorrow for sure. Yeah, man, we can do that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Comanche. That's a fun airplane. You actually have to lean the fuel out in that airplane, like while you're flying. So yeah, well, I'll look for a good Comanche flight. Actually, does this? Yeah, the Comanche. Yeah, that's a. If you have the money. Oh yeah, you really have to thin out the fuel. Yeah, I mean you don't have to, but you can do it in the airplane, and it really does improve the engine and performance. I think the Aerostar, it's like almost, I think it's like 150 knots, 200 knots. It's not super fast. Yeah, 190 knots cruising speed. It goes to 20,000 feet. It's a good airplane. I don't think it's as good as the Comanche, but it's a good second try from A2A. But yeah, I mean, we can do the Comanche. I'll do that tomorrow, sure. If you have an idea of like any kind of airports you might want me to use, just hit me up on Discord or, you know. I pick. Dealer's choice, I can do that. That works. All right, well, I'm getting out of here. Got my daughter home, so I'm going to go say goodnight to her, and I'm going to go turn in for the evening. And, yeah, man, I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know. I might be on in the morning. You know, I usually say that, and then I wind up sleeping in. So I'm going to say I'll try my best to be here in the morning. If I'm not here in the morning, I'll do my best to be here for tomorrow night, like we normally do on Monday nights. But yeah, man, have a good Monday. Hope you all had a good Father's Day today. And that's about it, my friends. Just wanted to let you know again that this episode of the Airplane Show was brought to you in sponsorship by your mama. She says hi, and she loves my channel, and she wants you to subscribe and hit the like button. So make sure you do that. Keep your mama happy, and or your dad for Father's Day. Hit the like button. All right, I will see you all tomorrow. See you, Scale Bait. It was nice chatting with you again tonight. I hope you have a good rest of the evening, and I will see y'all on the next episode of the Airplane Show. See you.